Yeah, we're going to Barcelona. We'll get there about 2:30 Miami time, and it'll be 8:30 their time.
And there's a Royal Caribbean ship. And a Costa ship. And that's where we're going to be docked tomorrow.
The flowers are just like ours. You know, all the flowers.
Hola.
Hola.
Hola, ¿queréis una cosita? ¿Tienes papaya?
Look at the crabs. Cangrejo vivo.
Oh, look at it, they're moving. Oh, the poor baby.
You
So-
forgot.
So where are you?
We're at the end of Las Ramblas. And
Yeah.
now-
Did you
now-
take a picture of Columbus?
I did. Get a little
Right. A little higher. Okay. And are you enjoying yourself?
Oh, it's a lot of sights and sounds and smells, yes. I'd rather have paella.
That music is so good. Let me take your picture.
Going in and coming out, or just coming out?
They're coming out, but they were in.
You think?
Yeah. It's the location of the archives of Pito. Crown and Laurel.
I'll just buy something at the next whatever. When I tell you, you'll
This
remember.
is down. If you go down this street, it's very nice shops, and their design stores are Gaudi's design, and that's where we're going on a tour today of Gaudi's museum and the church that he designed,
La Sagrada Familia.
La Sagrada
Sagrada Familia.
Sagrada
The Sacred Family.
Familia. Anyway, it's beautiful. The buildings here are gorgeous. Come on, George, get in here.
And we have all the convenience of home. Look at this elegant building that has Apple.
Which is amazing. Makes you feel at home.
For the construction of the house Batlló inspires himself in the legend of St. George, the patron saint of Catalonia, Then, to better understand the architecture we're about to see, we must know the legend. And the legend says it was a small town with a huge weir, either you go children or not. You see as well the entrance quite high to allow the carriages to go inside. That was one of the first buildings in Barcelona on having a garage inside. Very, very well. But Gaudí doesn't want to change what God has done before. Then, remember we are now at the beginning of the 20th century when Gaudí is not using iron in the structure. That means here inside the columns, it's just red brick. Then cement, and then they put the stones. To be able to construct that way, they need a kind of a scaffolding to support the whole structure till it dries. No? Population every 5 years. And we have nowadays 2,000 parrots living, mainly here at the Parkway. The problem is the noise that they do is very uncomfortable for people living.
Yeah, we're at the park well, and this is the railing.
After the death of Wayne,
Very
especially
interesting
because the
curves.
fully town, nothing remains.
This
And
is
then some years ago,
lots
they
of pictures
decided
of this area.
You see?
municipality
Come over there, Georgia. Okay.
This is picture. The rounded shape, no? But as well, the practical reason. They need a water tank. 60 families were supposed to live around this area. Then they need to water the plants. Then Gaudí has projected a huge water tank here below us. The whole square is a huge water tank. Artificial square. Then to support the weight of the whole square, happens is a bit the same as in the whole park. People say salamander, crocodile, lizard, leguan, alligator. Well, it's a mythological animal. Gaudí got inspiration in Greeks, and he uses mythological animals for the decoration. And behind me, that's the main entrance of the park. No? The house on the left was the house of the gatekeeper, the one on the right, the administration.
Detail and everything.
Beautiful. Okay.
Oh.
Well, just behind you, that's the main entrance. Once you enter, you see these 56 columns that Gaudí projects. He projects these columns in massive stone. Depending on the importance of the column, Gaudí uses a different material. It means over there, that one that's... He did the Levin sketches for the pavement, for the stained glass windows, for the doors, not for... Gaudí wrote a Bible in a stone. He tried to explain the whole history. If you look over there, you see a statue of Saint John. That's similar to the Latin. When Jesus dies, he was 53 years old. If you look again, he's now down there. You see these
Barcelona, 7th of November, 2010.
Gaudí was not alone. On this period of time, we had more than 50 architects working in Barcelona, and most of them, they were doing wonderful projects. That's why the architecture is so nice. Even though nowadays people just talk about Gaudí.
That's on its way to Genoa overnight. The excellent. there's the entrance to the port.
Have brought with them the life jackets. We kindly ask you to please put them
You got it?
on. Put your life jackets on before you will take a seat.
The beach and the swimming pool just on the beach, okay, before the building of this road. And nowadays they are luxury apartments.
This.
Is that the church or is that the palace?
I think that's
That's
a
the
palace.
cathedral.
Cathedral. You said
So in case we get lost, we have a video of the bus so we can locate it.
What's the time period of the castle?
Leaves. Here on the left again, here you can see the fruits. The fruits, they look like beans, they're black. That's the carob tree. Okay, very typical as well here in Majorca. And that's the fruits are very sweet. Okay. And about 12 o'clock, 12, I'll meet you there on the platform. Okay, here's the rail station. They will be closed.
I just need boys. But you know what? My 2 credit cards. The train, so you so that it. Oh, and then it's come up here, so you have to come back. I don't want to starve.
We have about 15 minutes. Then we
That
go back
long?
to Palma. Yeah.
Oh God, what are we doing?
We meet here at 12 o'clock and the train is at 12:15.
Okay,
So it's about 2 minutes till 12 now.
okay.
The train is sitting over there.
That's the engine.
Yep.
That other engine up to it probably.
Yeah.
You always load onto that other engine.
So they must have a way of turning it too. Yeah. They're 100 years old.
Smile, smile.
María vendrá a recogerme al puerto. viene siempre al monte y tal, se va a una ciudad y vuelve igual. Pero porque tiene un sentido de la orientación, joder. Pero yo voy por...
Okay, so now we have a free time. That's the cathedral. That's the Almudena Palace. The King Palace.
Beautiful.
Yeah, back to the. Yeah. So anyway, so we have to find out our bearings. We have to look for some shopping, and we have to go into the cathedral first, and then we have to find out how we get to the shopping.
Okay, we're gonna
So
go
it's
to
going to
the...
be a fun afternoon.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Hello there. You're beautiful.
Private residence, can you imagine?
That thing was big, is the biggest stained glass window thing.
You glad you walked up the hill?
This is pretty. Yeah, I was tired. I was tired. Your mother's an old lady.
No, you're not. You're as young as you think you are.
Depends on what you're shopping for.
That's true. When I'm buying clothes, I forget everything.
You don't feel
what
it
you
when
need
you're.
to buy. We need to show her a few diamonds. What do you think? And she has enough, right?
Yeah, I know. Too old to wear diamonds.
You are never too old to wear diamonds.
Yeah.
No. Did Joseph hit you in the arm?
No, I don't know where I got that from. See? It's beautiful. Very modern buildings.
Queen Palace is the name of the Queen of Spain, and it is an opera house. It has different rooms, a total of 4 rooms, with a total capacity for around 3,000 people. Okay, so are you ready to continue our sightseeing tour? Okay, let's go. Sorry because I forgot the number 2 in the bus, but I will check later. Sorry. We understand, of course, Valencian language. We study Valencian language in the school, but here in Valencia the predominant language is Spanish. But you can read, you can read the Valencian language in the official buildings, like in the Palau de la Música, in the Valencian Parliament, and you can see also the Valencian language in the street signs. Later I will show you. Here in Valencia, in the street signs, we are going to read carrer. Carrer means a street, but in Valencian language. And you can read plaza means a square in Valencian language. It has a capacity for 12,000 people, and his architect was inspired in the Roman amphitheaters. It's true. With a little bit of imagination, you can see the Coliseum in Rome, yeah? Okay, so because his architect Sebastián Monleón from Valencia was inspired in the Roman amphitheaters. And later, again on your left, you can see another of the jewels of the Valencian modernism. This is the train station. The train station is a railway station. And here in the facade, you can see the facade is decorated with a lot of vegetal elements. And you can see also these orange points. Can you see the orange points? So these orange points are Valencian oranges again. Okay, remember I told you in the storage sheets at the beginning of the visit. And this is because in the 20th century, Valencia earned a lot of money. July, in May is the festival of the patron saint. In different moments of the year, we have the bullfightings. Yes. Okay, but just 1 second. At 5 to 10 here. Okay, 5 to 10. Let me, yeah. If you can you read my explanation or not? Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, so, yeah. Now we are in the center, in the middle of the central market. You can see it's a normal market where you can find food, vegetables, meat, fish in that side. Okay, but you can see some wonderful building also. Okay, also another jewel of the Valencian modernism from the 20th century, and also decorated with vegetal elements, and also with the Valencian orange. Easy words, but anyway, sometimes you remember the difficult words. Sorry. Yeah, what?
Grasshopper.
It's a bird. It's a parrot. It's a parrot.
Bueno is normally bueno, which is bueno to talk about meal. But it's bueno to a t-shirt. Inside it's a good quality.
So inside we can see the interior of the cathedral, and later we will have time to walk around and to see the 3 different doorways because the cathedral.
Important the relic, so the holy grail is the cup used by the Lord in the Last Supper, and but important just the cup and just
One from Juan de Juan. These 3 pictures. On your right you can see San Vincent Ferrer.
that happened because that happened like that is important for 2 reasons. Painters, Francesco Pagano and Paolo di San Leocadio. They came here because the Pope, the Valencian Pope, wanted to have. In just 50 years, two Valencian Popes.
This kind of arch is typical of the Romanesque style. Later the decoration. So that tribunal of justice is made up of a total of 8 people, and each one represents one irrigation plant. It is also one of the newest bridges in Valencia. It was inaugurated in 2002. Basis of the America's Cup, and at the end you can see the seaside. From your ship until the seaside you will spend around 15 minutes.
So this is lovely. It's beautiful here.
It is.
It's so tranquil and luscious.
Drinks are great.
Yeah.
Yeah, complimentary.
They're complimentary.
Yes, it makes them even better. Madame?
One less. Yeah, it's ready. We're gonna have appetizer, the molten cheese souffle, and the onion soup, and the baby spinach, and the lobster. Yeah,
Okay. Where are you pointing that?
at your face.
Oh, you are?
Yeah,
Okay.
got your face right in the middle.
I think I like the free time. I wish we had a little bit more free time in Valencia, but I did like the free time. The shopping was pretty good. They had some interesting shops.
Right.
And I got a good T-shirt, a good book,
Right.
very easily. Yes, the prices were good, and it was easy to find everything.
Very courteous people.
Yes. And what else? It was a beautiful city. I like that they spend the money to keep everything up and clean. They built subways. They have 6 subway lines in Valencia.
Really?
Yeah. It's a city of only 800,000, 700,000.
Yeah, that's the best part. It's not very big.
Right. If you include the suburbs, it's 1.5 million. That's all, which is not real big. But they have. Apparently, they spend a lot of money. They have a beautiful arts and science center.
Right.
They keep the city up.
Would you come back?
Yes.
Okay.
That looks wonderful. I
We're gonna
love
run
the fact
around.
that it's out of the shell.
Yeah, well, it still has the shell. Well, the shell is off. Yeah.
It's been unshelled.
Yeah. Look at all the lobster. Oh my God. That's beautiful.
Yes. Thank you.
Served so elegantly. We're nice to see the coconut cake chocolate.
Is that coconut cake?
Yes. Isn't it coconut cake that we ordered?
Yeah.
Virgin coconut cake.
Yeah.
And
Tortola or
creme brulee, ice
Virgin
cream,
Gorda.
And the display of the cake is
And
beautiful.
you don't remember what that
I
is,
had
do
the
you?
molten chocolate. It's like a souffle, I think. And then I have the ice cream is
Looks like creme brulee. Oh, it's vanilla?
vanilla, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, and a little bit of chocolate, little chocolate head on it.
Very pretty.
Ron factory. Still they make it. You see Ron? We say R-O-N in Spanish, Ron. Okay, that's an old rum factory. They still produce, you know, but you know, the syrup is coming from Cuba, so they don't grow anymore. So they bring the molasses or whatever it's called, you know, we call it molasses or kind of honey, you know, very, very concentrated, and they make the rum, you know, they make rum. It's because we don't grow sugarcane. This sugarcane that is growing here on the right hand side, this is actually an old tropical vegetation. You can see them. You see that the castor apples I told you. Well, another thing they're growing are avocados. Can you see them up on the top of the hill? A huge building, which is a hospital from the 16th century, built by the Queen Isabella. By Queen Isabella, we call it. There you have Columbus here. That's the head of Columbus here on the left. Okay, that's behind the trees. Behind the trees, that's the Royal Hospital. It was built by Queen. You can see. You see the crane. They're doing some works. 16th century. Puente Árabe, which is number 15, where you say bus. Okay, you take your bus, I'm sorry, your bus, your map, and
They didn't make it in because
How was your lunch? Never mind.
take a look.
So we won't forget.
The steak was the pits.
Mine was delicious.
See, you liar. Just a liar.
And I almost ate all of
The
mine.
beans was soaked in some kind of oil that was like putrid.
It was not a light olive oil, to say the least. I think it was.
I don't know.
Very
I've
dark.
never tasted that kind of oil. I love virgin olive oil.
Well, it's
Delicious. But that,
it's
I don't know
different, isn't it?
about- Well, the beans, I had just the beans and they had a terrible taste.
Okay. It's as close as we're. It's that the Nasri Palace is over there behind this building, and this is my alternate view. Okay, that's good. So we're in Granada, and in the city. At least we're going to see something. Maybe not doing much shopping because it's siesta time, but at least we'll see some buildings and we'll know what Granada looks like anyway. A very pretty square, Plaza Biblia Rambla, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's for makeup.
This was for you. The white skirt, that looks very nice. No, you wouldn't.
¿Dónde se aprendió la palabra? Salamanduca y cómo es
Are these teas for sleep? Insomnia?
Yeah, those are teas.
I guess
Maybe?
so. What should
Buildings
impressed
are
you?
Beautiful. We wanted to go into Isabel's crypt, or whatever you call it, Queen Isabel and Ferdinand, but they had iron gates all around and we just couldn't get in. So,
Right.
so much for that exhibit.
Yeah, we didn't feel like walking around the church again a second time.
We're sitting across from where the bus should pick us up to bring us back to the ship. And that's all I have to say because we didn't get to see too much except the little shops in, what was the name of the square? And we had a lot of Indian stuff, which I don't care about.
That was
So much for that.
Plaza Biba Rambla and the Alcaiceria.
Right,
That was the market.
right.
The part we've been used to be the old Moorish section. Well, more than the Moorish section was the at the 16th, 17th century used to be the at the time before the surrender of the city. Okay, used to be the Arabic section. But the particularly part we've been with the flamenco. This is the it's not called Albaicín. It's a quarter of the Albaicín, which is at the same time is a quarter of Granada. It's called Sacro Monte. Sacro Monte. Sacred hill will be sacred mountain, something like that with the translation. And this is where the gypsies live. They live in caves. 80% of the population, you know, I would say this quarter's got a couple of
more minutes. We have time for the captain to finish happy hour.
What else?
Oh, what I'm ordering? And then
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna have the lemongrass coconut soup.
Are you ready? If you're ready, go ahead.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna have...
Oh, you're not ready.
I have the mushroom with onion and cheese. And I'm getting a half a bagel and a cup of tea.
That's a good breakfast.
Good breakfast.
Not too big, not
Yeah.
too small.
Yeah, because I already had a muffin.
So we're out in the Atlantic, halfway to this ANC.
Then we're going to have lunch. We're going to have lunch.
You gonna go in the pool today?
Well, I may stick my feet in it.
Yeah, you will.
Not sure. George
Yeah,
is-
you will.
George is coming up. She's doing her nails. So I can read my book. Guess I'm going to just lie back and read the book for a while.
Yeah. The sun is not that hot.
You s- Okay.
Okay, so it's after lunch and we're still under sea day, and the sun is going in and out, but it's warm enough, it's sunny, and we're all gonna go for a swim.
Yeah, right. We sure are. Take my scarf and put it around me. I can tie it over there.
You can't escape. I got you.
Oh, sweetie, that way.
It's here you have for the fishing ships, but made in wood behind there. It's quite small one. Maybe when we come back and you will see it. And all you see here, it's the Bay of Funchal. Funchal is our city. It's the capital of the island, Madeira. Madeira, it's also the name of the archipelago. Because this is the main island, but this archipelago it's composed by other islands like Porto Santo.
Hi, Joseph.
Thank you.
Where are we?
The Botanical Gardens.
Great. Botanical
There
Gardens.
she is.
I need a prompter.
And there's the ship over there, right there.
Nice. They need humidity, like about 700 meters high. It's quite. It's natural from the island. This man was. It's sweet, aromatic. Quite. Some people put it in the very last cup of tea. The last. It's poison. It's nice. We have agave with the big leaves, succulent plant. Agave attenuata. That is over there. Yeah. So here, it's still some.
Okay.
See the ship?
Yeah. No.
No? Okay.
Oh boy, that's hard to get. All the way up.
That's the regional flag, and the red, green is the Portuguese flag.
Hola.
Hello.
Further by the harbor, you can see the little boat, Santa Maria of Columbus ship. You can see it behind, the white ship, the smaller one. It's that one that was in the harbor when we left. Here it's the market, we've passed it before, and here in the street on the right it's the shopping area. That's the old part of town. So I guess that the main reason that still many women do the embroidery, it's because of the social assistance from the wages, and even if they are paid per piece, they have a discount for the it counts for the social security. Madeira lives mostly economically from tourism. We have around 1 million visitors per year in a good year, and the main season is winter and spring. In summer we have less. It's not too warm here, but it's warm also in other countries. And Sisi, that's the statue of Sisi there on the right. And down it's the gambling rooms of casino. That's the only casino on the island. Here along this road we have jacaranda trees. They have the purple, the violet flowers in springtime. They leave their leaves meanwhile, and then
Santa Catarina Park in Funchal. Waves.
Wave, Georgia. We're having so much fun.
It's a nice day, isn't it?
Oh, it's wonderful. Beautiful weather. We didn't check out the mountains if they had any fatalities.
No, you don't have that opportunity.
Their porch is upstairs. How cute. This is so neat.
I love this island. It's so different than anything we've seen so far.
Oh, it's the cable car ride we rode in one of our trips. Remember?
Well, Cape Town.
Is that a cable car? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Which one?
And in the Capri.
Capri wasn't
That's a
quite
chair.
as luxurious as this.
No, that's just a chairlift. Yeah, that's.
The office, they've all got different electronics things. I think he mentioned once putting my cell phone on his business account.
Well, you just reminded me of
I'll
that
ask
little
him.
thought. And it's really inexpensive. And it's like very cheap additional cost. I mean, one more fun.
To go on.
And you get, oh, magnificent. I tell you, just.
This is just lovely. Well,
It really is.
Spanish roofs. My in-laws said, don't buy another house until you go to Florida. It's beautiful. Where in Florida are you? I'm in Well, we're coming right into
Pulling into the station
as
now.
we speak. The door will soon be opening.
Probably on this side.
I would think so.
That can be also visited. Going further this way. It used to be a hotel, Mont Palace also. Nowadays it's private property with nice garden and so on.
I'm sure you like it. I don't want to. Ja, eigentlich steht mit der schönen Leitstelle da und andere Dinge, das die
The population of the island, as I told, it's around 270,000 inhabitants, but around spread on the world we have around 1 million, with of course the families. Especially on the 70s, ends of the 70s, beginnings of the 80s, some people went to work in other countries. USA we have some, but they went from here, this island, mostly to South Africa, Venezuela, also in Europe, Germany, Switzerland, Jersey, or the English Channel Islands.
Well, what did you do today? Camera's on you.
What did we do today? We took a bus to Botanical Gardens. I already told you this story, didn't I? Come to birds from all over the
Okay.
It's cute. I don't know what it says. Let me see. It has his
It
name.
says Jacques Pepin, or Pond de Jacques, bread of Jacques.
Lovely.
Cheers, we're out special tonight, and we are ready to play.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
There we go. That's our beautiful lobster turnovers. This is our great bacalhau hash with a potato gratin and cabbage.
No, I think this is
Here we have the filet de boeuf, 5 peppercorn
What did you? Yes. Yes.
Zucchini and would you like some fresh pepper, right?
No, I mean, did you get your order? Okay, duck.
It's Peking duck.
On the edge of the rim of San Antonio. No, but it's all very safe. Millions of people a year travel through there. So we will be going down, and then on the way back a little bit of shopping if anybody wants to pick up some ceramics. The spurge and the drier cacti-like plants that are found so prevalently in areas with less precipitation. And here comes a plane. This looks like one of the little island hops, a prop jet, just coming in on the far left ahead of us, like maybe 10 o'clock.
Okay, they have vineyards from sea level, 0 meters above sea level, all the way up to 1,200 meters above sea level. So it's an enormous variety of grapes that you also have. Each one corresponds to a certain elevation.
side. Oh, no, there she is. This was Tenegia. Just had some wine. Now we're leaving in a minute.
We have very good friends. Actually start rooting in the soil.
Is that weird?
Yeah, but
I personally had enough. No, I know what it's like there. It's okay, sure, but there are a lot of rocks. You can see the Tenegia cone.
Oh, there it is.
Listen, if you take off 75 pounds.
How you all doing?
Good.
And this is the beginning of the season. I had my first job yesterday in Tenerife, and then he called me yesterday. That might be close to a day, maybe a little bit less. But this one took him 3 days to do, the etching, because it's extremely elaborate.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Hydrangea, and they have them in the United States, and they have to have the cold weather, and that's why Florida doesn't have them. But maybe the northern part of Florida would have them. It's pretty.
But they have them here in La Palma.
They have them here in La Palma, of course, where we are. Isn't they gorgeous?
Not take us coming up that lousy steps. I'm going to beat your son. He's going to get us.
I might not use it. I might not. Okay. Go ahead. My day spent relaxing at the pool.
Yeah. Okay. Are you having fun? You gonna speak? Look at the beautiful. And soup. Almond soup.
Yeah, La Palma and almond soup from La Palma,
Yeah.
where we just were today.
It's a special. They grow almonds in La Palma. Right on the tree. I don't know if there's a shell on it.
I love the island and the trip. I think my favorite part, though, was the volcano and walking the rim.
Yeah.
And feeling the wind. And it was just exciting. Yes.
That was, yeah, it was.
Was the wind higher as we got up?
Well, the path got narrower.
And rougher. There was a part of the terrain where the path just left you. There was not just single. I mean, it was single, but it was on big boulders and nothing really to hold on to.
Yeah, and only one person at a time in each. No, you couldn't pass anyone. We did our tour in the morning, volcanoes and wine, and then I spent the afternoon at the pool. It was wonderful because the clouds lifted and the sun came out. So from like 2:30 until 6 o'clock, I cooled off in the pool, got a lot of sun. Be some people that want to go. That's usually the way it is. That's as far out as you can go, and then the lifeguard yells at you.
Lifeguard comes to get you. Maybe they're not on duty on Sunday.
It's a little bit cold in the water. It's about upper 70s, I would say, in the water, which as long as it's even a couple of degrees below the air temperature, it seems cold. That's the way it is. So I'm just guessing, but. Make sure you turn around. That's all you're gonna do. Wave. Shopping.
No, it's not a car.
How much?
5,000.
5,000 euros. I don't think she is on. I don't think she's left.
No, she said go to the next door. She'll meet us.
Alaykum salam. Good morning. Good morning. And the grid will come here in Morocco, precisely in this zone of Morocco, precisely in Agadir. Here, long 9 kilometers. And when we are talking about this beach,
gets up on his knees.
Samples do that every time.
But he's made by the Tuareg tribe.
On his knees first.
Here we will have our second stop for enjoying our show. Especially very nice climate, especially on winter season. The beach, one of the beautiful beaches here in Morocco.
I like those.
They're very nice.
Yeah. That might be a hotel, actually.
Well, it's a whole beach complex.
Yeah.
And it's harmonious.
Look at the beach, please.
Yeah.
This big square, as we call it, Hope Square, reserved for the big ceremony, especially the festive death. Only the entrance, but it's huge. It's very big, this royal palace. Now military service is not obligatory anymore.
No, I don't dance. Get video.
They're up there. Now they're going fast.
Well, a guy swatted the palomino.
Camera always jerks.
beds.
This has got to be the most significant.
As the climate here is Mediterranean climate. Many flowers, also bougainvilleas, hibiscus. For one remise en forme. This is the Thalassotherapy Center here in the left, Tikida Beach. Casino. We have 3 casinos now here in Agadir. The first one we saw it here. The second one in a few minutes, Le Mirage, and the third one in Pic Albatros. For spending money, for winning money. Casino, another one here. It's a new one, new hotel. Good returning back home, and thanks a lot. Thank you for everything. Bye bye. Shukran. Shukran. Thank you. Shukran.
So you want to have to go over that scene again?
Yeah, tell me what you're...
Do I get paid double time, overtime?
Yes, you'll get paid one time and a half for this.
You mean you want the story about we're in the Horizon Lounge and we're having a cocktail, and then we're going to go to dinner at the Grand Dining Room, and then...
You're going to see the Jean Ann Ryan show, probably.
Jean Ann Ryan show, that's right. We had a wonderful tour today in where? Our art, Azizo.
Agadir.
Huh?
Agadir.
Agadir, which was wonderful. We enjoyed that, and I didn't have time to go to sleep because we had so many stops.
Right. You usually go to sleep.
I usually go to sleep, but I didn't miss anything because I had to stay awake. But it was lovely. It was just beautiful. Georgia.
How was your day?
Absolutely breathtaking today. I got off the bus, which was a beautiful ride on top of this mountain, and greeting us was these camels. And before I knew it, I was on top of the camel. I had this fantastic ride. And then, lo and behold, this guy gets me off the camel. I'm thinking, how did I get up here? How did I get off?
I knew you'd end up on a camel.
It was wonderful. And then a guy came up, and he's got his arm around me, and he all of a sudden brings this snake around. No snakes.
As far as we know.
A super day. It was wonderful. We came back and we took a little nap, and then as we left the port, I was on the veranda. We have this huge veranda. It's absolutely breathtaking. You could see the city in the distance as we left, and now we're headed for Casablanca. Wow. Yeah. We're in Africa. Woohoo!
Humphrey Bogart.
Yes.
Casablanca, yeah.
And Ingrid Bergman.
Oh,
and
look
we're
at the
waiting,
And the
sunset.
sun
we're waiting for
is
the
almost
sunset.
down.
We're waiting for the sunset.
How much is the dog in the window? With a wiggly tail. How much is that dog in the window? I do hope the dog is for sale.
This is more like rolled eggplant. That's what I make that too. I have a good recipe for the rolled eggplant.
Right, you see here the Kasbah. It is a fort that was built in the beginning by the Portuguese in the 17th century. Then after the earthquake of Lisbon in 1755 it was rebuilt again, right? And along the walls to the left side you can see at the angle at the top there is the word Riks Cafe. Yes, to the left side. Yeah, this is a Riks Cafe. It is a copy, by the way. This. Brought their names, and as you know, it's always the rural people that maintain the tradition. So public service, they didn't want to lose it. That's why they opened that street, the inaugurated that street, which 5 daily prayers, right, by the Moroccans. That's when there are visits from people come and get inside. And you see that everything is made of the rich class live. So we're going to drive along this section. Generally, this section knows about the average of 1 million people every day during the summertime. 1 million people every day during summer. Lala, sir. Died near the coast of Casablanca, and he was buried in the same spot. He's famous. He was famous as of the archaeological stuff found near that peninsula. Is famous as the residential quarter of Anfa, from the name Anfa, which was taken from one of the Berber dialects. It was here where the decision to send the armies of the Allied forces to Normandy, Sicily, Monte Cassino during the Second War. It was the we can find the newly rich people that can afford to pay 1,000 or $1,200 or $1,500 a month to hire an apartment in this section, but I say 140 square meters. Right, it's not 60 or 70 square meters, 140. That's why the price takes the name of one of the resistance during the French time. And this is the streets that used to represent the border of Casablanca during the French time, because all the section we see here is new, but the street is older, because you are going to notice later, the change of the diggings for the tramway. We are going to have a tramway. They say that it will start in 12th December of this year, right? You have seen that the decoration takes the form of different reliefs done on the stone, which is a Berber tradition. The same thing that characterizes also the entrance, the that are also represent one of the major subjects of the painters, of the actors, like the film, the movie Harem or the Sultan Suleiman, many movies that talk in fact about this tradition. Concerning the material, we find here the same material characterizing the Andalusian tradition. We find the plaster, that's the carving there, and the dress in traditional manner with the white. So the olive market, but we don't find only olive. We find also harissa, we find lemon, we find carrot, we find different vegetables that are conserved, like in Roman. To the left side, le Conseil de la Ville de Casablanca, or the Council of the City of Casablanca. Always to the left side, you see the fountain, which is a copy of the one which is in Barcelona. Also, the pigeons you see there, you can see them during the whole year. We used to export also slaves. We used to export slaves to the European continent and the American continents. Okay, walls here, they are fake walls, and also you can find a lot of fake stuff in this part. Yeah, you can find fake tags, yeah. Fake stuff. Riyadh, the right side. With modern clothes, you see to the left side, modern clothes with fake sunglasses. The 18th century. It was the time when Casablanca was completely leveled to earth by the earthquake of Lisbon in 1755, because the Portuguese were here. Just to remind you of what we have seen, the mosque Hassan II, seaside area, refreshment stop, residential quarter of Arfa, Habus Quarter, Pasha Palace, King's Palace, Olive Market, the Balad with the free time, then Muhammad V Square, right? Then we are back. Just to give you the history of Casablanca in a chronological way, because
Chesapeake Bay
crab cake.
And I'll have the lobster bisque.
Yes.
And I'll have the fish salad.
The honey bacon salad. Yes. Anything else?
And I have for my main course, I have the surf turf.
How you like to be done for filet?
Medium.
Medium. Any side dishes for you? Here we have a side dish.
I'll have the potatoes au gratin.
Yes.
And asparagus.
Fantastic. How nice.
Looks beautiful.
Surf and turf. Crispy onion rings.
Yes.
And truffle mashed potato, right?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
With 2 shell out.
Would you like some pepper? No, thank you. Yes.
It's the only way out and way in of Cadiz. That's the reason why early in the morning, leaving the city or coming into the city is quite complicated. Perhaps you can see from here part of the construction of the new port and the new bridge. Okay. Can you see? The González Vías. Many of the, or some of them, Harvey, Sandeman, some of them were founded by British people that came in 18th century here. Family Niño, and La Santa Maria here on the right, the bull was born in. And La Santa Maria belonged to Juan de la Cosa. He was the owner of Juan because he left with Christopher Columbus on the first travel to Las Indias. Bridges, with roads, communication, the AVE, the ballet train that joins Sevilla with Madrid in 2 hours and a half. Here you can find palace houses. Yeah, on the left side you can see the house with the arches built in a typical regionalist style. The regionalist style, the elements are the ceramic, the brick, and the plaster. Neo-Mudéjar. You're going to see the Mudéjar style in the Alcázar. You can find, well, that's the Church of the Porter, Corpus Christi, palm trees, Orapi, imitating the house of Christopher Columbus in the Dominican Republic. The next one on the left side, Cuba Pavilion. Cuba Pavilion. Pavilion from Cuba. On the left side, Argentina Pavilion. Imagine, how huge pavilion were built for 9 months. For 9 months. Today is a music and dancing school. Guatemala Pavilion, the small one in blue and white, with the quetzal in the middle, the bird, representing the freedom. So we're going to leave the bus here at the corner. We're going to go down the street to the Alcázar. Remember,
where are we? We were in Seville, and we're waiting entrance into this next building. We hope to go to the cathedral, which is supposed to be one of the largest stones.
Very good.
Got an A.
I checked out on 2nd of September. I just find out today.
So today the Alcázar, it is not an Arabian palace. It is a Mudéjar one.
The big river, the big river. It is the only navigable river in Spain, from Seville to the Atlantic Ocean. So this distance would avoid attack from the enemy.
It's a nickname. It's a nickname. It's a charm. Imagine. So imagine that in 14th century, here, where we. So for example, today, perhaps with the most international. So you know already when Elena got married here in 1995. At the time it was still covered. So the tables for the banquet were here in the middle. What happened? That some years later, they decided to make some installation, and they realized it was founded by the son of Ferdinand Alfonso. But later on, in 16, it was transformed by the engine. So number 6, we move. Europe is in the south because this map was executed according to the direction of the army. The Spanish army Barcelona. It is here. Back of the city.
Almost lunchtime.
Yeah.
In front of us. The real name of the street, Reynoso, but it's so close and narrow that you don't put these on each other, so it is not a existing street. From balcony to balcony. Can you
Just we finished our walking tour of Sevilla. We saw, let's see, what did we do first? first. We went into the Alcazar first, and we saw the palace, the Royal Palace, which is still in use. We saw, then we went for a walking tour of the Santa Cruz, the old Jewish district, and that's where all the shops and the restaurants are. So we stopped. We have an hour and a half of free time, and we stopped to get tapas. And I don't know the name of the restaurant.
I don't either.
Well, that's okay.
Where?
That way.
No, gracias. Okay, so we're in Seville. I don't know the name of this fountain, but it's beautiful. We have a couple minutes left. It's a beautiful city.
What's the building over there?
That is the cathedral, the Gothic cathedral.
There's so if you go in the shade on that side, you're going to get...
Well, the sun is in my face. It's so...
That was beautiful as well.
You know, here Anina Gonzalez created when he wanted to represent the 52 different provinces in Spain in alphabetic order. It is a semicircle with 200 meter diameter, surrounded by water, except in the middle, just on the other side. So you know Huelva, here, Huelva discovery of America. In the minaret you can find it was used for, to keep books. You know, this man, he had the idea of having the square as a bibliothèque on the opposite. No. Came here for reading. No. Maybe Brad.
Already in Cali. Okay, I say you goodbye. It's been a pleasure for me to be with all of you. I hope you like Seville, I hope you like this tour. And also Juan also say you goodbye. It's been a nice day. And right, you live in 1 hour, no? More or less, no? More or less 1 hour, 6 o'clock. Okay. See you soon. Thank you for your attention.
Sounds good. And my entree, what did I say? Oh, the veal, scallopini.
Which one would you like? The masala or lemon?
Oh, the lemon.
It's just been absolutely superb. We started off with an eggplant stuffed with veal that was melted in the mouth. It was just really good. And then I had the pasta trio, as you had, and lobster in the risotto. Huh?
What soup did you have?
I had a potato-based soup that was just really good. Very good. And
the pasta I thought was delicious. I couldn't decide which I liked best.
That Alfredo was good.
Yes, it was very good. With the pancetta.
Yeah, you have to.
My appetizer, I had.
You had tomatoes.
Yeah.
Tomato and mozzarella.
Right. Beefsteak, tomatoes, and mozzarella cheese. Buffalo mozzarella.
Right.
Yeah. And then I had pasta next.
You had tortelloni.
Yeah, tortelloni and butter sauce.
Yeah.
And I have a salad coming. What else did I have? Is that all?
The soup?
Soup. Soup.
Minestrone soup.
Minestrone Genovese.
Your brain is
I
warped
don't
like
remember.
mine.
The bread is wonderful. Focaccia bread with we had our choice of olive oils and vinegars, and the I don't know what she's the assistant to the waiter. Yeah, she was somebody. Who was it? Anyway.
Who knows?
Yeah, she suggested the vinegars to go with the olive oil that we chose.
Right.
So it worked out perfectly. We all have different.
And are you
service? One time we had 3 people.
I know.
We have people.
Service is great.
We don't know why they're here, but they keep coming and bringing us food.
I don't know which pattern Marlene is.
It is lovely.
Beautiful. 2 hours later.
2 hours later, we had the veal scallopini was excellent. The dessert was rum baba with like a ball with chocolate on top. Yummy. And cappuccino decaf. Very good.
And the cappuccino came with the dessert.
Right.
May I?
On the other side, it's another town. It's Almada. Lisbon is only on this side of the river. On the other side, you've got the town of Almada. There is nothing particularly interesting in Almada. It's really, I have to be honest, it's like a dorm. People live there because the houses are cheaper. But so you see everything's green. Around there at the right hand side, we've got one of the hotels. So like not a big hotel. All the hotels are this kind, like small, cozy hotels. Even Brad Pitt, when he got married with his first wife, Jennifer Aniston, he was spotted here in Sintra. So we still get many different tourists from all over the world nowadays. At the left-hand side, it is the toy museum. That's why you see a giant Playmobil in the window.
In the beginning of the Republic. We are in one of the most beautiful rooms. What is the first thing that gets our attention when we get here?
Ceiling.
The swan. And can you guess the name of this room? You can see at the ceiling, you can see magpies. And it also has a nice story behind it. King João I, he married Philippa of the House of Lancaster. And you know, it was very common for the kings at that time to have lovers, to have mistresses. It was common. Tile, and then they put a kind of grease on it. When it goes to the oven, it would prevent the colors from mixing. And this kind of tiles, it's a tile that has the influence of the Arabs, made already by Catholics in Spain or Portugal, but it has the influence of the Arabs. Back in the day of the monarchy, it doesn't show the crown, that we had a monarchy back then. And you see some other ships with the flares of Turkey nowadays. It was the Ottoman Empire back in the day. We had a big battle with the Ottoman Empire. The porcelain is always in front. You could attend hands from where we are now. The ceiling is beautiful, again the Moderna style, the influence of the Moors. Already made by the Portuguese Christians, but the influence of the Moorish style, they could prepare hundreds of people, hundreds of guests. You have every other walls, the chef.
I love the stories, the love stories. Weren't they cool? The two swans and the gold necklace.
I wonder if they made the ceiling first and then made up the story.
The whole ceiling was to represent all those who talked about his love affairs. He had that many. So that was cool. The views are fantastic.
Look at that nice uphill street. My favorite. Like 45.
At the right hand side, these kind of cars, these black and green cars, they are the cabs. The taxis, the cabs here in Portugal, they can have two colors. They could be green and black, like that one, or they could be cream. Some beautiful tiles at the right hand side, blue and white tiles, depicting the typical life back in the days here in Cascais. In front of us we've got already the Atlantic Ocean and the beach of Cascais. At the right hand side we've got all the bars, restaurants. Behind these buildings here on the right hand side you've got the main square, Camões Square. It's a lovely town to walk around. To discover the town you have to walk. So we are going to stop here, right at the center. In front you've got the beach, and around here, just look at the pavement. The pavement, it's made stone by stone. You can imagine the hard deal of work.
We're in Cascais.
Okay.
We just came from Sintra, down the mountains to the seaside of the Atlantic. It's a very neat little town, and I have to get out of here because it's a driveway.
Okay.
You are a man of faith, and if you are innocent, then God will send me a sign. And the judge had on his plate, because he was prepared to having dinner, he had a rooster, a roosted rooster on his plate. And he said, if you are innocent, this rooster that I have here on my plate will rise and sing. And we are going to round the Casino Estoril, which is one of the largest casinos in Europe. And during the Second World War, this casino was a true nest of spies. Both the Nazis and the Allies spent time here in Casino Estoril. On the right hand side it's a private house. Yeah, that castle. It's a private house. And on the left hand side it's the casino and the gardens. Kind of glamour. At the right hand side the Hotel Palacio, 5-star hotel, and one of the oldest ones, and back in the days it was one of the very best. You see many people surfing. Surfing is a very popular sport here in Portugal. Many good restaurants here by the sea. We've got some really nice fresh fish. So this beach, it's Carcavelos Beach, the largest one. That fortress in the end of the beach, it's owned by the army, by the Portuguese army. And a couple of years ago we had a summit here in Lisbon, and one of the presidents that attended the summit, one of the leaders, was Gaddafi, and he did not want to stay in an hotel, so he stayed in that fortress in his tent. Got a little church, and it is dedicated to the Sacred Heart of Jesus. And at the right hand side you see that little island. It's a lighthouse, and it was a small Portuguese Alcatraz. It was used as a prison during the time of the dictatorship. From the name of the neighborhood. On the right hand side you've got that little tiny flame at the right hand side. It's the eternal flame. It's guarded by 2 soldiers. It's in honor of the unknown soldiers of Portugal that died in the overseas war.
I feel myself like reaching out and saying something, like holding my hand out for something, because I'm dreaming that. And so, I'll skip the salad, and I'll have the orange ruffle. We're smiling.
Yes, we had a wonderful time. Wonderful, wonderful. We got one more day. It's not over yet.
One more day in Lisbon, right?
Yep.
One more day in beautiful Lisbon.
Goodbye to the Riviera.
Bye.
Can you understand it?
So we have some free time in Lisbon, and we're at Plaza de Comercio, and we just walked down Rua de Augusta, but it's a little early. The shops are not open yet, so we thought we would walk down to the river. And we're just about there. I'm over here.
I know, but I was doing the river.
Eu, excepcionalmente, lhe usava castelhano, porque o Tour de Tarde de Lisboa não tinha castelhano.
Senhoras e senhores, estamos dentro del edificio que era la escuela de computación.
Não sei se ele vai não. Eu tô enorme, cara.
Yeah. He must have looked at this.
1502.
Well, Gaudi must have looked at this.
You know, it goes up like a tree.
I'm sure he studied a lot of cathedrals. front of the San Geronimo Monastery in Lisbon. We're on the Grey Line tour, which is in 4 languages: English, Spanish, Portuguese, and a couple of people in Italian. So it's 4 languages. So it's very difficult to follow what's going on.
Great. High tides, low tides. Here the difference is 3-4 meters, and the water of the ocean is going into the waters of the Tagus up to a distance of 30 kilometers. There's still salt water.
¿Es el de
Los clientes tienen una opción.
Llegué esta mañana.
Por su cuenta, en el centro de Lisboa, no ir para un hotel, mas preferindo allí para hacer cosas que no están incluidas en los tours, por ejemplo.
¿Va ahora?
A concurrencia.
No sé dónde va, pero...
Y tiene una vista espectacular, la mejor vista sobre Lisboa, inolvidable, se puede decir, la vista larga. E depois de lá, toma nuevo el bus 37 que viene para a Praça Pequena, ou desce a pé se querem, vagar de cima para baixo, também é interessante, mas isso aí é para aqueles que têm as pernas buenas para marchar. We lost all for Canada and Norway. They are controlling the catching of the cod, and the Portuguese, or they have 5% of quota or nothing. So we have to. After that, the Spanish discoveries, financing the shipbuilding and so on, and became too rich with the interest. So in Spain, they were more powerful than the King Fernando and Isabel, and they were not liking so. And they discovered a phrase to ask them like this: do you want to change religion from yours to the Roman Catholic religion, or do you want to go out? 95% of the Jews of Spain out, but the most were coming to Portugal. Thousands and thousands to Portugal, and as our King Manuel I. Mas aqui se celebra Santo Antônio. Santo Antônio de Pádua nasceu na cidade de Lisboa. Em 1990.
Sim.
Goes up, crossing you and taking your left side. It's an unforgettable experience. Yeah. Your house is so close to mine in the Stairs Night Swiss to exchange a tender kiss. Our lips is in the mid high across the narrow street.
Wonderful.
It is a nice selection, isn't it?
It's really more than a continental breakfast.
Yeah, oh sure. It's a buffet breakfast.
Very lovely.
And yourself?
It's a little early.
It's a little early.
Breakfast is wonderful. Last day was great. I'm just a little sad. It's over. But we had a wonderful time, and I recommend anyone to take this cruise. It's lovely.
You ready?
Ready for what?
Check in.
We're checking in. at Air Portugal.
Olha que coisa de lado, olha que coisa de lado. Nelson não tem graça nenhuma, Nelson não tem graça nenhuma. Encosta a tua boca minha, nem que seja com a espuma. Encosta a tua boca minha, nem que seja com a espuma.
O primeiro filho que tivesse, queria que fosse uma menina, queria que fosse uma menina. Se me queres dar um beijo, se me queres dar um beijo, lava a boca com criolina, lava a boca com criolina. Franguinho novo, ai eu sou franguinho novo. Ai franguinho de janeiro, ai franguinho de janeiro. E quero essas tuas barbinhas, e quero essas tuas barbinhas que estão escondidas no teu molheiro, que estão escondidas no teu molheiro.